Hey guys, I'm back from Texas. Just filmed a really incredible home theater tour, really a private cinema. This thing is over the top. It's absolutely gorgeous. A lot of engineering went into it and it sounded phenomenal. But we're here at Obsessed Garage. Tomorrow, this entire parking lot will be filled with a bunch of cars, a bunch of dudes that love cars, automobiles, car detailing. And so last month, Matt started what he's always been wanting to do, which is an event called Cars and Culture. And so it's just an opportunity for fans of him, as well as just people, fans of cars and nice vehicles, Porsches, Ferraris, whatever. There's going to be all kinds out here. I came last month to the first event. I think there was about 200 cars out here, maybe 300. And so this place will be packed. We're gonna have a good time. But what I'm here doing is we're gonna be setting up a demo, JTR demo. Last month we had a pair of the 212 RTs out here. We had, I think, one RS2. And so we had dual 18s out here. So that was kind of filling this outer area with sound. Inside we had a 2-channel setup just in a room. And so people could come and check out just some music. But today, actually I'm gonna show you some new banners we just made. So today, we're getting a room set up and taking that a little step further. And we're gonna be doing a multi-channel setup. So the fellas are in here. Let me zoom out. So we got a mess in here, but this is our progress. So it's not the ideal home theater. It's not a dedicated room like I just came from in Texas, but we got some acoustic treatment. Manny's been hooking us up. Manny, what you got going on in here?
Well, right now we just swapped from a $50 Hisense
$50 Hisense, I love it.
to an LG. I think it's a first-gen OLED.
Yeah.
So we're getting that wired up. So we got that going into our Kaleidescape.
Sweet. So we'll have Kaleidescape in here. We got an NAD 778 Furman conditioner. These 212s we're going to move outside. So there'll be a 2-channel setup again out there. So the plan is we've got 3 of JTR new, these are the 210 HT. So these are monitor speakers. We're got some speaker stands here. We're going to put them on those. So we're going to have a 3-channel setup up here. We've got 2 of the 110 HTs. So we'll place those. So this is the fun part. We got to figure this all out. How do we want to make it work? Got some acoustic treatment on here. And really, I've always encouraged you guys to, whatever space you have, make it work. You can have a cool home theater in a bedroom setup. You can have it in a living room. You can have it, of course, in a dedicated theater room, but most of you don't. And so this is really representative of what we all have to work with. We've got a space. It's not super big. It's probably, I don't know, 14 feet wide, maybe 10 foot the other direction. And I think we're probably at about 8-foot ceiling, 9-foot ceilings. So that's pretty typical. It's not a massive space. Manny's already installed some acoustic treatment on the first reflection points. So we've got that, and then just some back here because we've got hard windows and surfaces. Again, is this going to be the perfect setup? No. But you're going to see the progress. This is a temporary room, temporary space, but as we continue to build out Obsessed Home Theater, we're going to have a dedicated space, like a really cool room. But that's going to be a work in progress. And so I came up a day early to help these guys get this room set up for a multi-channel. So this will probably be just a 5.1. So right now we don't have any Atmos speakers. We don't have any overhead heights, but eventually that'll come. And, you know, ideally we'd love to have a space larger than this. And so here at Obsessed Garage is kind of where our headquarters is. We're partnering and kind of leveraging, I guess, the square footage that is here in this building. And so we'll have a dedicated room set up here, and then eventually we'll have one in Lady Lake. And, you know, again, kind of utilizing some of Matt's space. He's building a showroom there in Lady Lake, the Villages. So that's where we'll be moving to I'm sorry, I said Lady Lake, Middleton. Said it totally wrong. We'll be moving to Middleton. This is Lady Lake here. And, you know, so eventually we'll have a dedicated showroom, but it's going to take us time to get there. And so we just want to bring you along for the ride. We're going to bring you along for, you know, the removal of this crazy wallpaper. we're going to show you the messiness of it. And I told you guys and promised you that, you know, I don't want this to be artificial. I want you to see us building this business from the ground up, what it's like to struggle through the hurts, the pains, the frustrations, but also the successes. And so we've already had some major successes, getting some great brands like Kaleidescape, becoming dealers for them, becoming dealers for JTR, the first JTR dealer. So that's been super cool and super rewarding. And a lot of you guys have purchased from us, and we're super grateful for you. So I'm going to spend some time helping these guys get this set up, and I'm going to make some content on it. I'd like to see, even while we have the 210 HTs, is that 210s or 212s? 212s. I want to do like maybe a comparison. What do the 212s sound like compared to the 110 HTs? That's a two-way speaker versus a three-way speaker, and so maybe give you some impressions on that. But I just thought I'd bring you along for the ride. I'm already filming, or I'm already doing stuff, so I'm just going to document that process and share with you the fun of it. So let's get to it. All right, so we got the towers. What I want to do is just initially listen to this in a 2.1 setup. So 212 RTs from JTR. The center channel is not hooked up. We're not going to play that. And then we've got the Dynaudio Core. What's that one?
Core sub.
Core sub.
Okay. So that's dual, what?
Quad.
4?
Quad.
Okay, so we got,
It's 2 more back opposing
Quad,
fire.
9-inch subs.
okay. So we got 9-inch drivers, front firing and rear firing. Pretty beefy subwoofer. So nice size for this room. We don't need massive speakers for this time. Last, about a month ago, we had 4 18s outside or in the other room. So not quite going that route. Kind of a small room. Again, this is pretty average for maybe just like a bedroom setup. So ideally, we're going to have a bunch of people in this room. So we don't have chairs. So we're going to have 2 surrounds back here. I'm probably going to make these just flush with a wall so people don't kick those over. Ideally, of course, we'd want them taller. But this is kind of a makeshift room. We just want to give people an experience. A lot of these are going to experience home theater for the first time. So I think they're still going to get an amazing experience. We were in here just with a 2.1 system, and we were all grinning ear to ear, so we're having fun. But I would like to see, just in this little setup here, and even get these guys' opinion and their thoughts and their experience, 212 RTs, 3-way driver, versus, and then we'll swap them out for these monitors. So these are the 210 HTs. So that's a 2-way. So just curious, this will be our first experience with the 210 HTs. So let's check it out. All right, so what we've done is we've taken the 110 HTs. Again, these are a 2-way monitor speaker. We've got the 210 HT in a horizontal position. And then, because this is pretty much your standard setup in most of your homes, haven't run a calibration yet because we still have to make some more speaker wire to be able to get to our 110 surrounds here. So these are a 10-inch coaxial driver. So what do you think?
Wow. Like I've only had a few different JTR speakers that I've gotten to experience or listen to so far. These are the quote unquote, you know, the entry levels. Yeah. I'd love to enter in. Like that's exactly what I want. These are like,
that's funny.
I don't know how to exactly give good wording as to how these feel, but you truly do feel these speakers, and not in the factor of, oh, there's bass going on and I can feel vibrations through my feet. No, this is, I can feel it within my chest. I can feel it punching. And it's not that I can just feel it punching on bass hits. I can feel the vocals as they're being spoken throughout the soundtrack. That's something I haven't experienced point blank period in any other listening environment, automotive audio, other home theater audio situations. Full home, or not home, but full theaters can't bring this sort of equivalent, in my opinion.
Yeah.
It is unmatched.
So it's pretty wild. I wasn't sure what to expect, to be honest with you. So because this is Jeff's entry level, and they're not inexpensive, but it's his entry level to JTR. It's a 2-way design. So in here you've got one set of frequencies that's playing here, pretty much your mids and highs, and then the lower frequencies are going to be played here, versus on a 3-way, the towers that were in here, it had the 212 RTs have a coaxial driver here. So you're getting a tweeter and a mid-range coming from this horn section, and then the lower frequencies playing on the top and bottom. But even uncalibrated, still, it's I was smiling. I was really, really pleased at this setup. And again, we're not in an ideal room. We don't have a fully acoustically treated room, but this is probably pretty representative of most of our homes, our bedrooms, maybe even a living room. Some of us don't have a massive living room, and so that's a lot of sound in a little space for sure. And that's like the smallest speaker, other than you could get some even the square versions of these. These are the slants, 110 HT slants. So you could get just a regular bookshelf, but they'd be definitely large bookshelves with 10-inch drivers. But so far, man, this is cool. I think the folks tomorrow are really going to enjoy this setup. It's going to be tight. I think we're going to have a lot of folks. It's cold outside. You can see this room isn't super big. So I think we're going to be packing them in here. So again, a lot of people are going to be off axis. There's not a great spot, an ideal spot. But again, we're just giving them a taste. And each one of the cars and culture that we do, we're just going to continue to expand and grow. And hopefully we'll eventually move into another room that's bigger, that can accommodate more people. We can get some better acoustic treatment in there. But like I said, we're just going to bring you along for the ride. But my first just initial impressions out of the box, uncalibrated. So that's like the baseline. I'm already liking what I'm hearing. And so once we get it calibrated, once we get these into an acoustically treated room, I think these would fit the bill for a lot of people. And of course, if you have the ability and the funds to go to the reference series that has a 3-way, it's going to be even better than that. So, all right, I think we're going to wrap it up. We're heading over to Joe's house. We're going to be installing a JTR system there, so we'll make a video on that. So we're excited for him. He's got a living room set up, not a super huge room, but so we're going with the smaller 110. I think he's doing 110s all around. It'll be the taller version, not the slants. And I'm not sure. I think he's doing 118, maybe 218s. So I don't even know. Rusty ordered all the gear for him. And so excited. All right, let's head on the road. Hope you guys have an incredible week. God bless. Catch you in the next one.